Oh, is it?
Road trips!
Today on Road Trips, Dan and I head for the coast to check out Astoria. So now, let's hit the road. Hi, I'm Todd Hilton.
I'm Dan Bradley.
And welcome to this edition of Road Trips, where today we'll be heading for the coast, the Oregon coast, and we're going to visit the city of Astoria and take a look at some of the sights down there.
Yes. Party. One of the sites we'll be visiting is the Astor Column, I think is pronounced correctly.
The famous Astor Column.
Yes, and the Maritime Museum is one of the other places.
Yes, a few weeks ago we got permission from the director of the Maritime Museum there in Astoria to go in and videotape, and hopefully we can get a short interview with an employee there, and we find out a little bit about the museum and the exhibits there. So we are now sitting at the right in front of the Beaver Valley Grange here in Rainier, just a short ways from my house, and we'll be shortly entering Highway 30 and beginning our journey. So we'll go ahead and take off here.
And we will not be getting lost to getting to Astoria here. I mean,
it's pretty much a straight shot there, so there shouldn't be any chances of us getting lost. But you never know. This is us we're talking about here.
Yes. And while we're on the way, we want to make let you guys know, us the viewing audience, if you're going to attempt any major trip like we are doing here, we do recommend a reliable vehicle. And yeah. not that little blue piece of toy that we've been using. No.
Yeah, that. Luckily, Dan doesn't have that vehicle anymore, and in my mother's car again, like we have been in a couple episodes. So should have no problem. Okay, we just entered Highway 30, and we're now basically heading towards first will be Olsen, and then shortly we'll be in Clatskanie. I think it's going to take us somewhere around an hour to get to Astoria from Rainier here.
Yes, we do like round hour increments when we do travel. like with the Mount St. Helens trips we just did. It's absolutely amazing. 1 hour to get there and 1 hour to get back, and 15 minutes to play, but hey.
Yeah. That was a real easy trip. So and anyone can go up to the Mount St. Helens Visitor Center there, and I believe that one is open year round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, there are two ways of getting to Mount St. Helens. There's a I-5 North, exit 49, I believe, is the one we took to get to that one. And then there's an I-5 South, the Woodland Cougar exit. That's going to bring you to the south face where, like, Ape Caves and lava flows and a bunch of other stuff are within that area. Unfortunately, we can't go quite yet to the Ape Caves because the roads are still closed. That's a seasonal.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, Dan and I attempted to go to the Ape Caves, not knowing that the Ape Caves are closed until later this month, which is May right now. By the time you see this episode, it'll probably be June or July by the time this episode airs. But by then, we should have our Ape Caves trip on tape.
We should, yeah. As a matter of fact, we did see some nice size snow walls up there. One was about 4 times the size of a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, there was a lot of snow up there. Dan and I did drive around a little bit since we were already up in the area. Decided just to drive around and look around, and it's unbelievable. This was just last month, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
April. Just in April, and it's amazing how much snow is actually up there. You don't think about it when you're down here, and like today is a beautiful day. For once in the series, it is a nice sunny day. Nice sunny day.
Yes, absolutely. One of the rarest opportunities we have for Northwest Oregon, Southwest Washington area. It's very unusual. Normally when you watch the news and you get a entire United States deal, there's always a cloud right over our area.
Yeah, just one giant cloud hanging over the Pacific Northwest.
It's really nasty.
And Dan and I have been waiting for the last several weeks until we found a nice Wednesday, which has been our regular. We're trying to make that our regular day about every couple of weeks or so to try to get out and do an episode. And finally we hit one, especially for going today, going to the coast like we are, where the weather is imperative. And also I was getting a little tired of shooting episodes in overcast, rainy weather.
Yes, definitely. We'll be attempting another coast episode here in the near future toward Long Beach. There's a kite festival going on about that time, like the third week in August. We'll be attempting that one, and it's really good. Wide variety of kites, exhibits, that type of thing for them, and it's really nice. Yeah, if you guys have any wish to go any place without actually leaving the house, just give us a call at CCTV. We will, being the idiots that we are, be happy to make an attempt at that type of show.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially when you've got really nice weather and get a 4-day weekend or something and take a nice long drive somewhere. And that's why we're here. So if you can't get out, or if you have an hour at home, you can watch TV. Check out Road Trips. We'll show you the sights without leaving the couch.
Absolutely. And if there's something that we air on TV that you like, that you might actually like to go to, and you have the way of getting there, and you've got a brief idea of what it looks like and how it is, so you actually might be able to enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully we haven't, hopefully the places that we've taken you, we haven't spoiled it for you and turned you away from going there yourself. With the exception of our pilot episode, which we went to Camp Singing Wind near Toledo, I don't know if that's someplace that just anyone can go. With the exception of that trip, everywhere we've gone is pretty much public. Or up for grabs. And then there's the off-road edition that we had, two-parter. That would be something for off-roading only, and your serious explorer. I wouldn't want to go on that in a good car.
No, that's not recommended. We also recommend like a four-wheel drive or something like that, something dependable. Four-wheel drive. We don't recommend a nice vehicle. If you want to take a vehicle off-road, preferably old beat-up truck or something of that nature.
A 4x4 or just or some kind of an old beater car that doesn't matter a whole lot if it gets dinged up or anything like that. And another trip that we're planning on making, a couple episodes down the road, no pun intended, down around Fort Stevens, Warrenton area, some of the more historic area of the coast, and show you some of that. We won't be able to get to that today, but we'll get to that in maybe a couple more episodes in the future. We'll get down there.
We do recommend that, as we were talking about different types of vehicles that you take, some of the accessories that you do take is like an actual full-size tire, not no stinking donut. Okay?
Yeah.
And we also, it's not a necessity as much, but we do recommend that you take some sort of portable phone or cellular phone or something like that.
One.
just in case breakdown or something like that, you do have a way of getting, getting in
in
contact.
case of an emergency. So basically what we're saying is be prepared. When you're taking a day trip, of course, the most important thing is have fun doing it. Take a picnic lunch or something, especially on a this is probably the nicest day we've had during the series, with maybe the exception of the Reno trip. But it actually did rain a little bit on the way down on that trip. But today is just absolutely perfect. I don't think there's a cloud in the sky, and it's probably about what would you say,
65, 65, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So not too hot, not too cool, just about right, actually.
Yes.
Especially for the coast, you've got to have good weather for the coast, because like where we live, the weather can drastically change from the two areas. It can be nice around St. Helens Rainier area, but yet be stormy on the coast.
Right now we're just leaving Claskenai, and we'll be passing a little dinky little town called Westport here, and within I don't know, about 5-10 minutes.
And so we just passed a sign. I think it said 36 miles to Astoria. So it's actually a pretty short drive. It's about the same distance from about Rainier to Portland, somewhere around 50 miles, about the same distance. We just passed the town, I don't guess it's a town, of Woodson. It said, there's a sign that said Woodson, so probably something that, or maybe it's more back in the hills like Goebel or something.
Probably. We should be approaching Westport here pretty soon, probably around the next few corners. It's a rather dinky little town.
Okay, we're just now entering the town of Westport.
$1.47 for plus? Gotta be kidding. Yes, there's my school, right over there. I went there. That place.
Okay. There's a few houses and
hotel.
Quiet small town here. I don't know how big Westport is. It's probably maybe a few hundred people.
A few hundred, yeah.
Okay.
Small little town.
We have 26 miles to Astoria.
Bonus. At 55 miles an hour, that will take us how long?
2 hours. We're coming upon Bradley State Park, named after Dan Bradley.
Yes, we got the Hilton hotels.
Yeah.
Got Chorus after Coos to Boo.
This is an interesting park. It's really small, but there's a great viewpoint from the inner part of the park there. It looks out over the Columbia River, and maybe if we have time on the way back, maybe we'll stop there and maybe we'll do our wrap up for the show there.
Maybe.
It's about almost 1:30 right now in the afternoon, and maybe if we have time on the way back, we'll stop there and maybe show you the viewpoint and call it a show. But right now we're heading for Astoria. Okay, we just passed Brownsmead. He used to have a friend that lived out there. His family probably still lives out there.
And what was your name?
His name. Actually, he was my first best friend, James Marshall. In fact, a little bit of history here. James Marshall and I were the ones who built the go-kart, which is the icon for Nowhere Video. The little graphic icon that you see at the beginning of every Nowhere Video production is a graphic representation of a go-kart that him and I built in '83 when we were about 8 years old.
Yeah, do the math, people. Do the math.
Do the math. Long time ago.
He is not a young man anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen James for years.
He's still around. Awfully hairy, but he's still around.
What?
Jay Marshall. He's still around.
You know him?
Yes, I know him. I know his sister, too.
He doesn't have a sister.
He had a sister, Nora.
I think they were cousins.
Or cousins, something like that. Anyway, relations somehow.
They're cousins. They're cousins.
Blonde gal. I don't know if she's still blonde now, but...
Yeah, short, little chubby.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cousins. It was actually that go-kart was around for years. I think it finally met its demise around. I think that thing was around till about 88 or so, 88, 89. You know, it sat outside so long that it just finally, started rotting away, and we just threw it on the burn pile, basically. There wasn't enough to salvage, but that I have a few rare pictures of it, and that's where I got the Nowhere Video icon from. And that was part of the story there. The reason why it's called Nowhere Video is that we put a license plate on the go-kart, and we wrote like Nowhere 1 on it or something, and because the thing wouldn't go anywhere. When we first built it, we had tricycle wheels on it, and we just nailed it to the side of the go-kart. They didn't have axles or anything. We pushed it around the driveway, and about 10 feet later, a wheel would fall off. So it wasn't all that great of a go-kart, and so it was kind of a joke, actually, is what it ended up being, that we put Nowhere 1 on it, and the name stuck over the years. I don't know how, but the name stuck. So
didn't Nowhere became a couple of forts along the way?
Yes. The Nowhere name has stuck around for years.
Yeah, so futurely we should be doing a show here, hopefully sometime soon, called One-Eyed Dance. Just rather.
Oh yes, yeah.
Rather.
Hopefully, maybe this summer, if we can get to it, we need to round up some props and maybe a few people to help out. Several years ago, Dan and I had gone on a little nighttime adventure. Won't go into any details, it'll take too long to explain. But and then like 2 years later, I think we actually did this in like junior high is when it happened. Yeah. And then a few years later, when I got this camera, we did a reenactment of this adventure, this little adventure that we took, and about the last year or so, Dan and I have been trying to figure out a way to actually make a movie out of it. Maybe basically a reenactment, but maybe add a few more things, make it a little more exciting, and do a movie. And we'd call it One Night at Dan's if we can get it done. It'd be a pretty cool movie.
Then it would be. It's also what helped inspire Road Trips itself, was that.
Yeah, actually that is. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Dan has been getting me into trouble for years. His obsession with, it started with nighttime stuff. Basically, sneaking out of the house in the middle of the night and just walking around in the woods and things. Which actually, I didn't even think about this, but actually that stuff I did with you years ago, like that, has inspired several things. Not only road trips, which in the spirit of exploration and adventure and fun, but in turn that also inspired Jeff and Todd's Righteous Quest. It was about the same idea, middle of the night, going into the woods. I think you can make the connection from there.
Absolutely.
So actually, I didn't even think about that, but Dan's insanity has inspired many Nowhere Video productions.
to let you viewers know, no, we do not get stoned before we do these type of
No, yes,
episodes.
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We've had a few comments about the show that I guess some people thought that Dan and I got stoned before the trips or something. That's why we did it. No.
No, we try not to do anything illegal.
We are completely
while we're
sober.
doing this.
We must assure you we are
Don't
completely
get drunk,
sober.
we don't get stoned. We might do some things maybe borderline illegal, but we don't cross the line.
Right. We are not on anything. We just like to drive. We just like to drive. That's all there is to it.
We like to have fun. This is the way we do it. If we get a natural high while we're doing it.
Exactly.
Excellent.
This is a completely 100% natural high. And what better way to do it than head to the coast?
That's right.
Just the other day, Channel 9's own Chuck Purvis, our resident sports guy, had told me that he heard from, this really surprised me, he told me that an older couple had seen the off-road trip, and they got a kick out of it. They liked it. It's like, whoa, you know, it's like we've actually reached a larger audience. You know, that really surprised me. And it's nice to hear. It's nice to know that people are watching and that they enjoy the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what makes it all worthwhile.
If you have any comments whatsoever about the show, contact anybody. Contact CCTV or anybody that you know even works with CCTV. Let them know. Give them your response on any and all shows dealing with Channel 9. Any and all shows.
Yeah, that's one thing. It's sometimes we don't always hear about the things that we've done a good job on. But you know we're going to hear about the stuff if we did something wrong.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we hear about, but it's really nice to hear the good things for a change. And we hope, even if we don't hear from the people directly, it's nice to know that people are watching and that they enjoy what we're doing. Channel 9 is a community television station. We are a public access. Anyone can come in. In fact, this is a good time to bring this up, that anyone can come in. We can train you on our equipment. You can become a certified volunteer. Then you can check out, you can use the station's equipment. You can have your own TV show like we do. And we'll teach you everything you need to know. And you too can be a star, you know,
yeah.
or you can work behind the scenes, run a camera for a show, help out on someone else's production. And that's how I got started. Basically, was running camera for a show, actually a couple of shows that were on at the time when I started, Community Live and Sports Rap, and that's how I met Mark, by doing that. And all I did was I ran a studio camera, and after that I got hooked, and I've been there ever since. And it's a lot of fun. Working
with CCTV Channel 9 there in St. Helens, you get a just a small, brief taste of what it's like to actually work with equipment that you could do work wonders with.
Oh yeah. While our equipment is not state of the art, it's better than anything you could do at home on on your own VCR or anything. And so if you have the imagination and the know-how, there's no limit to what you can do.
Absolutely, it is just so fun. And the more you get to work with TV stations like Channel 9 here, the more you actually get to watch movies and actually tear them apart.
Right, right. When you've been doing it yourself for a while, you start to notice flaws in professional work, and you can spot them. And say, if you can watch a TV show and say, I could do that better, give it a try. Chances are you can do it better. Well, we've been rambling quite a while here, and we're just about to pull into
Maritime
Museum.
We are in Astoria. It's $1.50 for plus down here at the Texaco station.
Okay.
It's jumped up quite a bit. Yes, we have the Coast Guard.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh, a nice liner.
Looks like we've picked a great day to come to the coast here.
Awesome day.
Well, folks, we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back, and hopefully we'll be inside the Maritime Museum and show you the stuff in there, and maybe we'll even take a short trip on one of these ships over here.
Oh, that would be nice.
We'll see what we can do. There is a small fee to get into the museum, and when we find that out, we'll let you know. But right now, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back, and we'll see you inside the museum.
All right, party on.
Who is? What? Okay, well, I'll send these.
Okay, folks. Well, we've made it inside the Columbia River Maritime Museum, and we're going to take a look upstairs. We've got a window that will look out over the Columbia, and take a look at the view. See what we got. I got some trophies here. Some boating trophies, looks like. Okay, we're up here in the, I guess you could call it the crow's nest. We're looking over the first room here in the museum, where we got several ships on display, including one, like a cross-section ship here, an older style sailboat or sailing ship, and a few other sailboats here. And if we look out a little towards our left, we've got a light, some kind of a nautical light. I don't know exactly if that's like a lighthouse light or what. Whatever it is, it's very large. Just keep swiveling around there. Pretty tall ceiling in this thing for one room. We've just started here, the Maritime Museum. I'm on the microphone, so hopefully I sound pretty good. Okay, we got some pictures up here on the wall, and a little, what is this? Ship's telegraph? Doesn't look like a telegraph to me. It looks like the engine control thing. It's plugged in too, unless it's oh, that's weird. It doesn't look, it says telegraph, but it doesn't look like a telegraph. That can't be a telegraph. Oops. I don't know if we did that or not. Anyway. Got some old black and white pictures here. You can tell these are authentic because they're all look like sepia tone there of people on board ships. This is the view from the observation deck here in the Maritime Museum. An awesome view from here. We can see the Lightship Columbia from where we're at, and they got two more ships that are docked out here, a Coast Guard ship and a passenger ship. If we have time, we may take a short trip aboard the Columbia. If we have time, just take a quick look down there. Behold the Columbia River. We can see clear across to Washington. Dan's giving us another view of the looking out over the first room here in the museum. Give you a different view here. Got several ships in here. . 'Got ' What is this thing? I have no idea what we're looking at here, folks. It's a big black thing. It almost looks like some kind of a, I don't know, like a boiler or something. I can't identify it here. I'm sure if we were down on the floor, we'd be able to tell you what it was. Ah, okay. Looks like a periscope. Oh, dude. It's off a sub.
Don't know how well you guys can see this.
Now that had to have been a chore. They actually took part of a submarine and put it inside the museum here. That thing is huge. Wow. And it goes clear through the roof, too. Oh, wow. You can actually see out of this thing, man. I don't know if the camera would be able to pick anything up like that or not. We've tried things like that before and it hasn't worked. You have to put it on macro. Let's see if we can do it here. Maybe not. Well, you can see something there, but you can't really tell what we're looking at. When I looked through it, it looked like it was looking out at the lightship. It's kind of rough there. You can see something. You can't quite. Oh, there we go. You can see some flags. Yeah, it's looking at the Lightship Columbia. Well, let's see here. We'll move on here. We'll move on to one of the next rooms here. See what else we can show you. There be gold in them there hills. Looking at some swords here. Some real pirate stuff. Some more model ships here. Now these couldn't have been easy to make, especially this big one that we just saw. I wonder if they got any ships and bottles. There's some more models here. This looks like a more modern ship here. Let's see what this one is. It says U.S. Maritime Commission vessel built by built by North Carolina Shipbuilders Company at Wilmington, North Carolina, September 1944. Of course, I can't imagine they could fit a lot of cargo on a ship this size. Sorry, bad joke. Had to be done. These are pretty neat.
We are, ooh, hey. We got one down here full sails on. Hey, not bad. Now, the Maritime Museum, I mean, it seems to have a lot of nice-looking models. Very nice-looking models, I might add. That appears to have taken a heck of a lot of time to build. Like this, for example.
Is this the SS Moneybags or something?
I'm not sure. It does not say.
Mostly say.
It is empty. Now this one here. Whoa, here we go. All right.
Dollar.
Robert Dollar.
Must be the same as this one over here.
Must be. That is a nice looking one. That is actually. That is. Oh, that looks almost like. Oh, ooh.
That there should be real wood there.
Oh, definitely. Very nice.
That's a nice model. So I guess it is the SS Moneybags.
Must be. And over here we have chapters of the Mariner. Absolutely amazing. Here, so we have a embroidered uniform cap, a ditty box inland with whalebone and ivory.
Oh, there we go. Ships and bottles, dude.
There we go. All right, perfect. Perfect. Oh man, whoa! Check out the detail. Ships and bottles.
No, these are not easy to make.
Now let's see. We have steam whalers docked at a factory. That must be that one in back. American barbecue. Center Boat Rescue.
Oh, bark. The
Bark.
barbecue.
No, wait a minute. This must be the whaling one at the dock, at the factory.
Oh, that one's not even one ship. It's like a whole
Fleet of ships.
Yeah. Wow. Check that out. No, that would not be easy. How do
No,
you make
no.
things like that?
Oh, let's see here. This one is sailor-made model. Was founded in a Bond Street, B-O-N-D Street.
Bond Street, now Marine Drive.
Yeah, made by crewmen of the SS Columbia in the early 1920s from driftwood and available shipboard materials. Amazing. That guy must have had a lot of spare time on his hands.
And right behind us we have...
Propeller.
Yes.
Bronze or gold plated? Let's see.
Big line.
Full heavy equipment. Tank's just about 300 feet long.
1,600 pounds, dude. That's a heavy
Seven.
propeller.
Oh,
Cast in manganese, aluminum, bronze.
I knew bronze had to come with something. Founded at Columbia River during the World War II. Interesting bells and whistles. This one, U.S.
SS City of
Norfolk, 1931. Don't kill me for touching that, please. Thank you.
So now you can tell this one here is all the rope on it here. That's an old bell.
It's beautiful though. Great. Gorgeous. Ooh, and what's this over here? Hey. Interesting. Absolutely interesting. Fascinating. If you were to say like, hey, this is a perfect place to come. Absolutely perfect. Bells, whistles, all that sort of good stuff.
All the bells and whistles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And this appears to be a binnacle?
Binnacle. Okay. What is it? Oh, okay.
That's a
Binnacle
compass.
houses the ship's compass. Protects it from water. Okay. Looks like it's got bowling balls attached to the side of it.
Wow. I know, I probably shouldn't be touching, but hey. I'm a kid at heart, okay?
Yeah.
If it wasn't a kid at heart, I wouldn't be here right now.
Ooh, what's it? I think this is the biggest model we've seen. Well, that other one, that SS money bags or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was pretty big too.
Yeah.
This here's
We can
not,
see the comparison. Here's Dan here. That's the ship. It's a big ship here.
Big ship, yeah.
That thing's at least, I would say, 7-8 feet long.
At least. Damaged vessel clothing against other vessel pier, etc. And pudding? A pudding?
It says pudding fenders. What is that?
Pudding fenders is one made of soft cushioning material, usually covered with a sinnet or hitching. What's a sinnet?
Where are we looking here?
Bottom line. Third one from the right.
Okay. Covered with sinnet or hitching. I have no idea what that means.
Hey, and materials, clothing.
Boots.
Sail making kit, that's what this is. Thread, rocks, needles. Wheel thread. Alright, which is north? Noisy. Yeah, ready to turn that looks. Hey. Hey, wow. Noisy. Alright. Now this is the type of thing you guys go fishing with.
Oh, yeah. Big old harpoon.
You go fishing with something like this, you're guaranteed to catch something.
Yeah, when you're a serious fisherman. Yeah, that ought to do it.
That's what you catch fish with. A 90mm whaling gun with explosive harpoon. Now that will get you fish.
Yeah.
Yes, we are in, Astoria, the Maritime Museum in Astoria. And we are absolutely impressed, I would have to say, with most of the artifacts. I mean, half the artifacts in this place are absolutely 100% priceless. I mean, just priceless.
Well, that's why they're in a museum.
I mean, half the stuff, if not money values, I mean, has to contain massive amounts of memory.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just memory alone.
History, too.
Oh, definitely. like this whaling suit. I mean, not whaling suit. This diving suit.
Yeah. They don't do them like this anymore.
No, they don't. Not even close.
Imagine how heavy that thing is, man. Diving with something that big on. It'd be a heavy suit.
That it would be. Is this deja vu, people? Didn't we just ooh beacons and buoy lights?
The pretty lights.
Yeah.
Beacons and buoy lights.
Yes, and
It looks like this one here looks like a big Coleman or something. Little handle on the top of it looks like a big lantern.
and it does.
A lot of these do.
Yeah, like this one here. And pretty lights. pretty lights. Huge one. Todd has actually came and found what he's looking for. He solved his mission. He's found some information on Peter Iredale.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Which, if you're not familiar with, is the ship that is
Rusting.
resting on the beach down at Fort Stevens, which we'll probably be showing you in one of the next few episodes.
We can certainly hope so.
At least what's left of it. There isn't a whole lot left of it.
No, there isn't. These are some of the artifacts that were actually on the Peter Iredale when it's let's see what it was.
Yeah, one of the rare shipwrecks that actually did not sink. It got beached.
Yes, it did not turn into another Titanic.
Right.
Which was a mistake. Can I have you check this out? Not much light, but hey.
Yeah, this is the picture that you always see like on postcards. In fact, I believe I have a postcard with this picture on it. It's like this is when it first wrecked, 1906, 6 years before the Titanic.
6 years before the Titanic.
Yeah.
And to think, people actually built the Titanic, and look what happened.
And look what happened, yeah.
And here's Shark Rock. The shark was lost September 16, 1846. The Industry was lost March 16, 1865. Lives lost
17.
Saved 7. Officers dress sword from the shark. During the summer of 1977, while walking on Clatsop Spit, the shark was wrecked 131 years before. Margin resident, the tip of the sand encrusted sword from the beach. To be 1841 model U.S. Naval officer's dress sword, they didn't scatter. Strongly suggests that the sword belonged to an officer aboard the shark. Donor, John Johnson.
Okay, we're back, and we finally have our first interview for the program. I'm talking to Rachel Wyne here at the Columbia River Maritime Museum, and just gonna ask you a few simple questions about the museum, just general stuff, nothing too complicated, I hope. Can you tell us, first of all, what do you do here?
I'm the manager of the museum store. And I buy and I do graphics work and been around for 14 years, so I've done just about everything here, from sit at the front desk to do security to hostess, so yes.
Okay. Okay, so you got a pretty good idea on what goes on around here. And
Pretty good.
okay. When did the museum start, or when did it open?
Well, it was founded in 1962. And we opened on May 11th, 1962, to coincide with Robert Gray's discovery of the Columbia River. We moved into this building on May the 11th, 1982. And for 20 years before that, we were in Astoria's old City Hall, and it now houses the Clatsop County Historical Society.
Okay, years ago I was here, and I've always known it to be here, and I didn't know that the museum had actually existed before that. I thought it was always here, and so I don't remember a whole lot, but it's been pretty interesting. What time of year would you say you get the most people in here looking around?
Well, actually, it starts right about now in May with the cruise ships coming in, and will continue to gain momentum clear through the end of September when children start going back to school. Our heaviest months are the summer months. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you are open year round?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
In fact, we only take 2 days off, Christmas and Thanksgiving. So.
Okay. You got those two covered, and you're open the rest of the year.
That's right.
Is 7 days a week? Or?
7 days a week, 9:30 to 5.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all I can really think of offhand here. We've covered the basics, so I'm going to call that good. And I thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
And we'll continue. We'll be right back.
We are outside the Maritime Museum after a bona fide, excellent interview, I thought, for our first time on road trips. Right now, we're going to make an attempt to head over to the Columbia here and talk with what was his name again? Dick something?
Dick something.
Dick something. Supposedly, from what we understand, he's a character and a half, so we actually have some comedy relief here.
Other than our own.
So hey, it'll work out.
Okay.
So let's head on over there and see what he has to say.
Okay, we're back, and we are on board the Lightship Columbia, docked here at the Columbia River Maritime Museum, and I'm talking with Dick Olsen here on board the Columbia. And Dick, why don't you tell us a little bit about the ship here?
Well, this is a lightship, one of several that used to be around. They're floating lighthouses. This particular one was stationed 6 miles beyond the mouth here. And there was 4 of them in this particular unit, one here at the Columbia, one at Umatilla Reef, and one at Swift Shore, which is up the northeast corner of the United States. The ship itself is about 110 feet long, and it has 500 horsepower direct reversible diesel for propulsion. It has 2 generator plants that serve for ship service. They serve to heat and furnish cooking and lights and so forth for the ship and the crew. And that is, one of them runs and one of them's a standby. And then it has a fog signal and a big light on the top, which identifies it out in the ocean, shines out some 19 or 20 miles in the ocean. And the one light plant takes care of this as it goes, and the second one is the standby, so that it can go continuously.
How old is the ship, and how did it end up here at the museum?
Oh, the ship was built in 1950 and launched in 51 in Baltimore. And it came around through the Panama Canal and was stationed out here, I think, in 51. And it kept on duty most of the time until 1979, when it was retired. And the museum grabbed onto it. They got a hold of it, and they took possession of it in 1980. And they've maintained it. Everything works. Everything is in running condition. 2 years ago, last October, we went to Portland with it. The museum itself, as you know, maybe you found out when you were in the museum, is very largely staffed by volunteers. I volunteer here once a week, and I'm not a permanent employee or anything, and I feel it's an honor just to be a volunteer here.
Okay, so what do you do here on the Columbia?
What I do here is just talk to people just like yourself here.
Okay.
And there's 3 people just wandered aboard here now, and normally I'd collar them and get them headed in this direction, and I get to see their passes. They get a pass when they go into the museum, And then that pass entitles them to come aboard the ship, and they can keep the pass as a souvenir if they like.
Okay. Do you tour people around the ship?
Not really, because I have to be here and be alert to everything, answer the telephone, and keep track, and just keep an eye on people as much as I can. I don't leave here very often.
Okay. Well, thank you for the interview, and we'll let you get back to work, such as it is. Keep an eye on things. All right, thank you.
You bet. You're welcome.
You're heading toward the Astor Column, or Astro Column, or...
the Astoria Column, and just... oops, hold on to that, grab it. Hold on to it.
Got it.
Okay. Sorry, folks, little technical difficulties here.
Tight corners.
Tight corners and a very steep hill.
Don't make for good company.
Yeah. We don't know what you can see right now. We don't have our regular wide-angle lens on right now. We've got the standard camera lens. So you probably can't see us, but you should be able to see through the windshield at least.
It should be hopefully better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay, we're almost there, and just within the last, what's it been? Within the last 2 years, I don't remember exactly, they've repainted the mural that wraps around the Astor Column. And hopefully, we'll be able to take you to the top and show you one magnificent view.
Oh, definitely.
All right, folks, we are at the Astor Column, and we just found out from the guy over here in the gift shop that we knew it'd been repainted. It was 95. He said June through November of 95. They repainted this beautiful mural that spans the entire length of the column. And I was here during part of that repainting, and you can tell by the complexity that was a huge job to restore that painting. And we are going to take you to the top.
We're going to take you inside the Eye of the Dragon.
And Dan's got his new Astor Column hat on. He just bought. And this is 163 steps?
164 steps.
Missed it by that much. This is gonna hurt. But it will be cool. This is the best view in town. This is the only view in town here.
Yes, this is the aerobics for men, women. The aerobics for men. See if we can actually walk.
Okay. We're now stepping inside. Walk this way. Okay. Here's the beginning of the steps here. I may not be able to show you the entire length up. In fact, we'll cut it here, and we'll meet you at the top. I hate people like that. Very long climb.
Two more like this.
Alright folks, we made it. Took us an hour to do it, but we made it. I know I'm in that bad of shape.
Alright. Come on, Dad.
As I said, folks, this is your best view in town from up here.
Definitely.
Come on.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to see the museum from here, I don't think. Unless we were around the back side. Maybe, I don't know. Yep, can see the museum from here. Now, folks, just a little while ago, we were down here. There's the Columbia. in the Maritime Museum.
Where's that?
Way up here. Way up here. 164 feet, and we thought we were going to die.
There's the shadow of the Astor Column looking down over the side there. Oh, well, we're just about done with our trip anyway. Okay, folks. We're going back inside the Astor Column, working it down. Okay. You counting steps, dude? Not that we need to. I want to double check those 164 steps. That can't be right. It's got to be at least 2,000. Okay. We'll meet you at the bottom. Okay. We're back outside the Astor Column once again. Let's look at it.
And we can barely walk now, but hey.
Yeah, we can. Dan and I can barely walk now. I think we need some crutches. But,
motorized wheelchair would be perfect right about now.
yeah. So, we'll see you at the next stop.
Alright, we are at the Flavel, I believe it was pronounced.
Flavel or Flavel, we're not sure.
Flavel. Flavel House. Unfortunately, we are running out of time and tape, or else we would be delighted to take you inside the house.
Right, we're running short on resources here, so we'll show you a few shots outside here, and then we'll wrap it up and call it a show.
Astor's house. That's not the place we should go.
Yeah, this is actually a house that was built for Captain George Flavel in 1885. So it's a beautiful house. It's pretty old too. You figure it's over 100 years old, and now houses a museum. I've been inside. It's pretty interesting. It has a lot of the same stuff, similar stuff that we saw in the Maritime Museum, nautical, boat-related things, and a few other things, signs of the times, more or less. And
Yes, it is a rare.
yeah, maybe sometime in the future we'll be able to take you inside. Yeah, this is a beautiful house here. If we had more time and more tape, we'd be glad to take you inside, but we're running out. You can see here.
Our house has been cheaper than half, dude.
Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore. But
Back in those times, they did the majority of the work by hand.
yeah, this is handcrafted here. Very intricate. Okay, folks, we're here at Bradley State Park, named after Mr. Dan Bradley. And this is going to mark the end of our road trip for today,
Absolutely.
featuring the city of Astoria. Sorry we couldn't show you the Flavel house or Flavel house or whatever they call it.
preferably.
Flavel.
French.
So hopefully we can get to that in one of our future episodes, and we'll take you inside. We're just enjoying the view here at Bradley State Park,
Absolutely. Perfect view, nice view of the countryside, and river, Columbia.
and it's been a beautiful day. It's been one of our better weather days, if not the best.
Yeah.
So hopefully the weather will stay this way, so we can continue to bring you more road trips episodes in the beautiful northwest sun. When it does come out, it's great.
Yes.
Getting close to summer here, folks.
Most definitely.
And of course, by the time you see it, it will be summer.
Absolutely.
So get out and enjoy it, like we are.
Yes.
So with that, we're going to call it an episode. So for Road Trips, I'm Todd Hilton.
Now I'm Dan Bradley.
We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Road Trips! time.
Adios.
Road trips!